Let's do pros and cons.
Okay.
For Mike McCarthy. We can do it back and forth. We can create our own list. Let's go back and forth. And the Autoflex ECM fan text at 877-881-1053. By the way, Vegas, bet online. Will McCarthy be the Cowboys head coach week 1 of next year? Yes is the slight favorite, minus 150. No is plus 110. Jerry Jones' pressure, if he wants to keep Dan Quinn, starts today because the Broncos are coming to town to interview Dan Quinn and Kellen Moore back-to-back. But let's write it down, the big board in Frisco, in the big fancy meeting room. Give me the first pro for Mike McCarthy.
Is this a blackboard, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Go.
I don't know if he has any pros or cons. Let's see. First,
you don't know that he has any pros or cons. Is that a good thing to say about your head coach? That doesn't sound like a good thing to say.
It's not a great thing. I don't think it's a bad thing or a great thing. I think it's a nothing, just like a head coach. Pro, aggressiveness.
I put that on the blackboard.
By the way, Autoflex is a fan text.
Thanks.
It's a good one.
Thanks, Gruden.
Cowboys hit the over by 3 games
email.
and lost a 1-score playoff game. If this isn't entitled, nothing is.
What? Say it again?
The Cowboys hit the over by 3 games.
Okay.
And lost a 1-score playoff game. If this isn't entitled, nothing is.
Okay. Well, I mean,
no, like the Cowboy fans like freaking out. The thought that it's
because they're not stupid. That text I disagree with. Who cares about hitting the over?
Well, it means you exceeded expectations quite a bit.
Cowboy fans know that they're inflated because of the East. You have to figure out if you're a real contender. And a 1-score game, they were lucky it was a 1-score game. They got whooped. Everyone knows it. They watched it. That's what happens when you just look at a number at the end of the day. Everyone knows they got dominated, and they were lucky. They were gifted a chance to be in it. So that's what I would say back. Was that 337?
It's already gone. Yeah, I think it was that.
All right. So I agree with you on aggressiveness, but my con is inconsistent aggressiveness. Might change. He changes. He changed during the season at times with his 4th down decisions, and he changed on Sunday. Now, I liked the first punt when it was a 16-point game deep in your own territory. I applaud him for that. And all I do is kill his decisions like that. I applaud McCarthy. Take advantage of your punter. Your offense can give you confidence. They were pinned on their own 7. You got the ball back. But I just
What was the one that you didn't like?
Well, the one I didn't like, they got away with San Francisco allowing the fake punt.
Oh.
So they did go for it. I hated that they did it with a fake punt, even though it worked. I'm not going to be results-oriented. For San Francisco to fall for that's coaching malpractice from Shanahan.
Yeah, I don't care for the fake punt either.
Huh?
I don't care for fake punting it either. To me, if you're going to go for it.
But to me, San Francisco should have obviously known that was coming. We all knew they had to go for it. And if it gets broken up or it gets defended, then we're murdering McCarthy even more yesterday for doing something obvious versus just have his offense out on the field.
Yeah,
they got away with that.
Right, if you're going to go for it, go for it. I don't like the fake punt. Although, the fake punt, it is.
I don't care if it's like 4th and 11 in a different, in a non-obvious situation. You can catch people off guard.
Absolutely.
All right, so I agree with that. All right, give me a Mike McCarthy con.
McCarthy con. I think a con for him would be accountability is the wrong word, but like
great word.
Deflecting blame.
Yeah.
Deflecting blame.
Great word.
Thank you.
Accountability.
I shun accountability because I refuse to hold myself accountable for anything.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're allergic to accountability details, so you don't care about coaching or the head coach. Next pro.
It's your turn. You're on the pro.
Okay. I think this is a pro. Egoless in terms of the coordinators. Out of the way. He got out of the way. When we asked all the insiders this year, What did he bring? What was his biggest, benefit or contribution? And Nick Eatman and others, he got out of the way. He didn't have to interfere with Kellen, even though Mike's an offensive guy. Let Dan Quinn get all the shine. Bones Fossil. That I give you props for. Now, on the other side, someone would tell you, multiple people would tell you in the organization that that's laziness. That it's not totally unfair to call Mike McCarthy lazy. I'm telling you what I heard from training camp and even repeated yesterday. Hell, I think Broadus tweeted it. Like, this is why Broadus ain't scared. I think Broadus tweeted, yeah, there's a thought that, like when I was talking to someone a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, what's up with the offense? This person told me, Mike is not dying to lend a hand. He's letting Kellen die out there.
Yeah.
He's letting Kellen. Now, I don't know if that's true. That's what I heard. But I've heard from multiple people that maybe Mike's work ethic is not as high as what some other people are used to. So staying out of the way, while it's a good thing from an ego standpoint, I don't know if it's a good thing from if it's a work ethic standpoint when he's like, go ahead. See you later. Go do your thing.
Yeah, right?
Okay,
so egoless.
Yes.
All right, my next...
But that may, in the con category, be laziness. Maybe.
All
right, next.
My next one is going to be, and this is weird because I don't know if it was a lie to get the job, but I'll use analytic friendly, so or adaptability or
does that go with aggressiveness?
Not necessarily. No, because I think there's a lot of aggressive coaches that are not analytic guys.
I thought analytics was aggressive.
Well, yes, but like I'm talking about I'm beyond just the aggressiveness. I'm talking about, the way you run your franchise from the top to the bottom, from the personnel to positional value to the way you pass, run pass ratio, that stuff.
Okay. My next pro is going to be a player's coach. Like Mike Lombardi made calls. Whatever you think about Mike Lombardi, former NFL GM Odyssey said he had heard like 4 or 5 weeks ago the Cowboys don't practice that hard. And yes, maybe you think of that with the final play execution, not knowing the rules, Dak handing it to the wrong person. Veteran players, I mean, they like that. A country club mentality. I'm not saying they don't work hard. I think Mike, he comes across as a nice dude, gets along with the players, a player's coach. Mm-hmm. I think that's a positive. My next con for Mike is game management. And I know that there's a lot of coaches who have problems with game management. I think McCarthy is near the bottom or worse than all of them. I just don't trust him in terms of a clock decision, figuring out the rules, those types of things. The clock, all the things, all encompassing in terms of game management. But worse than that, and I can put a slash. What happened with these penalties, never getting that fixed? And again, it's an age-old question. Is it on the players? Is it on the coaches? Is it on both? I mean, the discipline on this football team, you're either coaching it or allowing it to happen. That makes a big con for Mike McCarthy in that category.
I'm not going to argue with the discipline aspect of it. It's hard for me to say who it's on.
I agree.
It's really, really difficult to say. Is it on the player? Is it on the coach?
But that goes. I think I have more of a problem with the accountability thing than the penalties. I don't know if he can stop Anthony Brown from holding on a play, but when after the game, you blame the refs instead of what y'all did. I have a problem with that, and that's why I'm starting to have a problem with Dak Prescott, because he is adopting Mike McCarthy's inaccountability, if that's a word. Point the finger somewhere else.